For this project, you're going to use your sketchbook, but we're actually going to go 3 pages in from the last page that you just created. So this is page number 1, 2, 3. So on the 3rd page, we are going to start creating our artwork, and this is going to be our tape, T-A-P-E, print. Go ahead and write your date under that, and then please sign your name down at the bottom. Okay, once we have that, we're going to create an image right here using tape. So I'm going to start, I think what I'm going to do is kind of give a rectangle in my sketchbook. So I want it to be fairly large. This nice big rectangle. And I'm going to be creating a landscape. So I'm going to start with the horizon line. The horizon line is what separates the sky and the ground. So the sky is going to be everything up here, and the ground is going to be everything down here. I'm going to speed up this drawing a little bit so that you can see what I'm drawing but not necessarily hear what I'm explaining. I found out from doing this project that I think I'd actually simplify this quite a bit, thinking about maybe a structure, so maybe doing a building instead, or a portrait, making a face, something with less angles, less curves. I kind of struggled with that when it came to making my tape print. So I'm going to show you the rest of this drawing, and then just consider that you don't have to do a landscape. You can do other images when you are creating your design in this rectangle. Okay, what I have here is a landscape. I have a little house back here up by the horizon line. It's small. I have things in the foreground. I have 2 trees here. I have a river, or maybe this is a road coming down. I included a moon or a sun and some clouds. I have some smoke coming out of the chimney. I'm good to go. Okay, lots of details here. We are now going to draw with our tape. We have drawn kind of a base with our pencil or pen, and now we're going to use tape to draw. When you're using masking tape, you want to take a portion, and what you'll do is start here. We can kind of show here. Start from one edge and pull to the side. If it's easier, if that becomes a problem, use your scissors. That is not a big deal. And the first thing that I'm going to do is create my rectangle first. Now I have this little bit here. I want to keep that. I'm going to be using that, and every little scrap is going to be used on this eventually. So now I'm making my vertical, and this one got a little too long too, so I'm going to rip a little of this off, saving it on my table, on my sketchbook, and then right here as well. Okay. Now I want to create that horizon line. So what I'm going to do is use my pieces of tape and start drawing that horizon line. My tape is really big for this, so I'm going to just add it like so. I'm cutting it in half, making it smaller in some areas. Okay, kind of have my horizon line now, and now I'm going to continue to add tape to the rest of my image. Okay, I left out some of the elements just for time's sake, and I'm going to go back 2 pages. And this might happen to you. You might be designing something and I'll say, okay, you have 5 minutes left to finish your tape drawing. So then you have to maybe take away some of the elements that you included in your drawing. So at this point, we are going to close the last 2 pages. So I have 1 page, then 2 page, and we're going to experiment with 2 mediums. to begin with, we're going to try doing this rubbing with crayon. So I'm holding this down as I take my crayon and start rubbing across here. I'm using a crayon that is has no wrapping on it, and so that I'm using the side of it. Not necessary. We're going to try some with some of the others, and you're going to find that when you're doing this, you might have to go in different directions and with different pressure in order to make it work. I'm going to put this in time lapse so that you can see what I'm doing. So I've worked on my rubbing a little bit, and there's parts that I really like about it and parts that I don't appreciate so much. I'm going to say crayon print here, and the date, of course, and then do a little reflection. Like you can write little notes like, I love the tree. I can draw a little note on there. I also like the heart, or the sun or moon, whatever it is. So I'm going to put a little heart here indicating that. And then I'm going to put a little emoji of like, ugh, I liked it for a while, but the house got a little out of control. So I'm going to say, oops, on the house. Okay, and I like the river. So river rocks. Boom. Okay, just kind of make some notes, and this is going to be helpful for in the future if we do another tape print. Okay, then we're going to open up to the next page, and this is going to be graphite. And put the date. And what we'll be using is, you can use the side of a pencil for this, but I happen to have some graphite sticks. So what we'll be doing is rubbing on this page with the graphite stick. When you do that, you're going to be very gentle using the side of this graphite stick and kind of going back and forth right over your print. Again, I'll put it in a little bit faster speed so you can see what's happening. I actually really like the way that this is turning out with the graphite stick. Now there's a couple of things that you can do. You can go in with your pencil if you wanted to just kind of use the side of your pencil, maybe make it a little darker. You can use the side of your pencil. Or another thing that you can do is take this print, hold it out as you put away the tape. So I have the tape over here, and I just have this piece of paper out, and that way I can go ahead and give extra little details to my print. As you can see, I added a little extra detail on here. I'm happy with it. I like it a lot. Now, if you wanted to, you can experiment. We have our 2 experiments in our sketchbook that we will leave there, whether there's mistakes on it, or if we're not happy about it, we're still leaving it in there. We're making notes like what we saw here. I'd make some notes here as well. But if you want to experiment some more, just get a piece of scrap paper, set it down, and you can, of course, do the same rubbing right on top of a scrap piece of paper, and then this one you can actually take with you. So the one in the sketchbook we're going to leave, but if you make a second one, you can take with you.